the know, hyena zone.
Anti-hyena. It's my hyena zone. 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 It's my hyena zone.
What up, y'all? Listen. Not y'all already talking trash. What up, Kayla? What up, Ashley? What up, T? What up, Robin? Listen, we have to have a conversation, a serious conversation. And I think I want to have more conversation. What up, Cheryl? Like these, because how many movies have you watched as a kid? And then when you became an adult, you were just like, what up, boss lady Mel? How many of them have you seen? Like, okay, I'm going to tell you how, and this has a lot to do with feminism. There's a lot of feminists who are actively working, trying to basically switch up things a little bit. So I'm going to show a post that I came across on Facebook, and I felt like this was a really, really good conversation to have. Let me get my life together, y'all. Hold on. So how many of y'all growing up or recently, it doesn't matter, have watched the movie Love and Basketball? It's very, very popular. A lot of people have watched Love and Basketball. Okay, I'm going to post what I seen today. This woman says, now that we're grown, can we admit that Q only cared for her as a friend? Meanwhile, she was in love with him as a lover. He smashed her because she let him. He never once in the movie said he loved her, even after she revealed she was in love with him since he scarred her face as a little girl. Q was an entitled narcissist. You know they love that word. Poor Monica tried to find her femininity in Q. If the character portrayed by Tyra Banks hadn't showed her true colors when he got injured, he wouldn't have settled for Miss Hoop's dreams. This wasn't a love story. This lady had a marriage and a child with a man who asked to play for his heart. He was dunking on her like he was LeBron James. Ladies, never be desperate for love. Love is not a natural occurrence. You can't manipulate that ish, though, through a game of basketball. It's either or not. Never force it. So I was like, damn, what movie she watch? What up, Frida? I'm like, what the fuck movie? Did we watch the same movie? So I like how y'all some people can take a movie and just fuck it, right? Some people can take a movie and just say, just let's just go blow it to hell. But I liked what this other lady said. Let me see. She put, he always loved Monica. He was angry with her because she chose basketball over him. She chose basketball over everything in her life. He carried that night out on her. Ooh, girl, shout out to ghetto. He carried that night of her not it be nigga, am I missing a line? She chose basketball over everything in her life. He carried that night of her not being there for him when he found out his dad was cheating on his mom. He asked her to stay with him and she left. Then she continued. She then left to play basketball overseas. He continued on with his life, moved on, found another love. But when Monica moved back home, it threw a wrench at him. That is why he chose her in the end, even after winning the game, because it wasn't about winning. He was just proving a point that he will always be better than her in ball, inside or between them. So, what y'all think? Y'all weigh in. I feel like shit. It was a toxic relationship that eventually improved, and where it did go sour was when Q found out his dad was cheating on his mom and he was going through a lot. Monica wasn't there for him. She was like, nigga, I got curfew. But there's a lot of women in the comments arguing, you got to choose your career. I hate y'all. Feminism has done it again. I can't believe we're having this conversation right now, but this is quite hilarious. It's almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. And funny you should say ghetto, because I believe that's the name of the room. It wasn't just about her curfew. What was it about? Because somebody else said that Q um never supported her. It was always about him. But somebody else argued, I'm going to post it. Somebody else argued, no, Q knew all her stats. He knew everything about her with the game. He always watched her when she didn't know he was looking, right? So if you're familiar, because a lot of women aren't familiar how a lot of men aren't very verbal. So a lot of women, there's a few men that talk, but men are really, they're more action based, right? More than just talk. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on the guy, but for the most part, a chill dude is more, he'll show better than, selling you dreams and stars and hopes and shit. So a lot of women feel like a man's supposed to tell me he loved me and da 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 da. He ain't say that once, but he showed her throughout the movie by always being there for her. The time she wasn't there for him, it just got dark. And that's because he saw what his mom went through. It was betrayal within his dad. It was just that he just went straight to hell. Monica has waited so long to be on that basketball team, and as a freshman, she did her thing and got recognized. She wanted to be there for Q. That's why she said, "Let's go to my room." hmm So is that really like? Let's talk about it. Everybody has been in a position where they've been like upset about something. Has there been times when you were upset and you did not want to go in no dorm? You didn't. What if he didn't want to go in the dorm? What if he just wanted to be outside? He was embarrassed. He didn't want to see nobody else because their roommate could be there, right? Because it's gonna be curfew, so the roommate gonna be there. Why he want to be around her and that bitch? Six, six, nigga. What? Six, sir, 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 sir. Not right now, sir. Not right now. This nigga's hilarious. He said I would have dunked on her ass and pushed her in the dirt and left.
Oh, hell
I'm outside. Nigga, stop. Oh my God. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so ladies, this is a good question. Do you be there for your man, risk your career, get in trouble, or do you go play basketball and be successful? What we doing, y'all? What we doing? Press one in the chat if you would have stayed with Q and been there for him at the time that he found out that his mom's marriage and his dad's marriage was fraud, basically, because the husband, the dad that he admires so much, was out there having it, just smacking RB's meats left and right. And she was ashamed of her mother too. She didn't want to be nothing like her mother. That's a good thing too. Yeah, y'all, this is just a movie. I don't care anybody's opinion, or we just having a conversation. I don't care either or. What up, Ariel? That's a good thing too. There's a lot of women, and I've heard from a lot of people, mainly Gen Xers, they did not like their moms being stay-at-home wives. A lot of women that I've spoken to and had conversations with deem that as weak. They deem that as weak. Are you staying at home all day? All you do is cook and clean, which is kind of fucked up because your mom is take care of you, bitch. Like, what are we doing? It really isn't no respect for moms. A lot of women in that era, but we can argue, is that why single motherhood was created? Because they didn't want to stay home, but they want a little hunch hunch. Does that contribute to the single mother epidemic we're in? Because I've heard women say that they thought their mom was weak for staying at home. And I'm like, shit, y'all must have not stayed home with kids. These monsters is crazy. Yeah, Monica was a tomboy. She didn't want to put on an apron and bacon ish. She didn't want to do that, but she still wanted a guy to be attracted to her. And mind you, they both came. Hold on, let me refresh. Can y'all hear me? Press one if y'all can hear me. Okay, my bad, y'all. My husband called. Um, yes, there's quite a few women who do not respect their moms for staying at home. They feel like their mom should have done more. And they because a lot of women feel, but it does beg a question. Maybe some moms wanted that. There's some women who just don't want to do anything but be a mom to her kids and a wife to their husband. There's some women out there like that. And it's almost like peer pressure because people should feel bad for doing that, but then we say women should be able to do whatever they want. So if that's something you want to do, I don't know. I really think you can do both. She could have been there for him as well as chase her career. Yeah, but they said that was a pivotal moment for her to play. If she didn't play in them playoffs, it probably wouldn't have set her up to be the career person she was even at the end of the movie, right? She wouldn't have connected. If she wouldn't have been there that day, she wouldn't have been able to jump in the day Sika, whatever her name was. I'm just calling her Sika because I can't remember. They had all kinds of names. I can't remember. Y'all put her name in the chat. When she hurt her Achilles heel, or when she did something crazy to her ankle, if she would have stayed there and they would have put her down that night and she would have missed curfew and she would have got in trouble, that would have never happened for her. Nobody would have seen how well she played. You get what I'm saying? So it all kind of lined up. Oh, what up, OC? Yeah, YouTube be doing. No, I'm not about to talk about YouTube today. She couldn't stay outside that night. She wanted to start because remember her teammate got injured. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did that happen before or after? See, I thought that. Hmm. Did that happen before or after? Now y'all gonna make me go watch this damn movie, and I really don't want to watch it. I feel like at my age, I should know what happened. Cause I thought she did what she needed to do for curfew, and then um that's when it happened at the event when she went to the basketball. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It's been so long since I watched it. Okay, 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 cool. Okay, cool. Yes, y'all hit the like button. Okay. Okay, so now we getting somewhere. So what was important? Her career or her spouse? I feel like a lot of feminists are pushing like, bitch, fuck that nigga. Like, get the basketball career. Hey, but at the end of the day, she did all of that. And when she was finished, She played for the Sparks, but she wouldn't complete until she had her family. Q ended up her children stay-at-home dad. Q ended up her. You gonna have to retype that, 6. I'm not about to have strokes today. I'm trying to. So you thought it was a movie? Okay, so you think it's a feminist movie? Okay, cool. Because there's a lot of feminists, like I just said. I don't know if you were here earlier, who said that he was a narcissist, and basically the movie was trash. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play it back so we could all be caught up. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it. Let me get it back. Let me get it back. Let me get it back. And then it's almost like when she made this comment, it's almost like men aren't allowed to have feelings. Um, he wasn't allowed to lash out or process things the way he processed it. Now, I'm not saying it was right, bitch. I'm sorry, y'all. Something just happened on my Snapchat. Fuck it. Anyway, now that we're grown, can we admit that Q only cared for her as a friend? Meanwhile, she was in love with him as a lover. He screwed her because she let him. He never once in the movie said he loved her, even after she revealed she was in love with him, since he scarred her face as little. Like he didn't mean to scar her face, but he was tripping when he got mad because he lost. That was just, sir, come on now, get it together. And then Q was an entitled narcissist. Poor Monica tried to find her femininity in Q. If the character portrayed by Tyra Banks hadn't shown her true colors when he got injured, he wouldn't have settled for Miss Hoop Dreams. This wasn't a love story. This lady had a marriage and a child with a man who asked to play for his heart. He was dunking on her like she was LeBron, like he was LeBron. Ladies, never be this desperate for love, blah, 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 blah. My thing is this too. Why would she even consider this settling if he left Tyra in the movie? Tyra was still, they were engaged. So I don't even know why she said that about Tyra's character, because she was still helping him and at the hospital and taking care of him and shit like that. So why would you even think that of her? Yep, it was. All the men wasn't shit and the women was victims. Well, Monica's dad actually seemed nicer than um the the dad, the mom. The mom was kind of villainized too, because she would always criticize Monica and her attire. And it's funny because Monica would walk away. She didn't like her mom, but she took some of her mom's traits. She had to end up kind of not really becoming her mom, but stepping into that realm as far as femininity in order to attract the person she wanted to be with, because she wanted the boy shorts, she wanted the basketball, she wanted all of that, but she knew that she needed to go sit with her sister and mom for them to straighten her hair to get her a little bit more feminine, because she couldn't go there with a basketball because everybody was talking about her like that. So she kind of had to step into that too. Okay, Q did get hurt in the game because he wanted to get entered to a draft to play for the Lakers instead of staying in school. His dad told him not to, but Q was still mad at his dad. Yeah, he lashed out the whole movie. What up, Traisha? Y'all, I'm a little behind on the comments. I'm gonna catch up. So in his first game as a Laker, he hurt his knee and ended up in the hospital. Right, and even then, you would think at that point he would get even more upset with Monica, right? Look, Cheryl said, "You gonna make me go back." Look, we all go watch Love and Basketball and reconnect tomorrow. We have to dissect this. Stat. That's the homework. No. Okay. Q was hurt by his daddy affair. He wasn't a narcissist. Damn, they throw that word. Yeah, they do throw that word out loosely. I was like, girl, what movie did you watch? Did we watch the same movie? What up, love? I always say people saying Q was a player and had all the girls, but we all knew that he wasn't even with Monica until college. And he was faithful to her up until the situation happened. And it wasn't even just cheating, it was just deliberately insulting her in her face. Like he wanted to punish her for something. He wanted to make her feel some type, like he wasn't hiding it. He was just like, he was doing too much. Okay, so the Brown Sugar movie. See now, Six. Now you doing too much. No, the Brown Sugar movie. I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest with everybody. When I watched it, I was young. I thought it was dry. When I was young when I watched Love and Basketball, but it was barely hanging on by a thread. Then it caught my attention long enough before I ran out of my Hershey's candy because my mom and my sister took me. And but Brown Sugar, I couldn't hang. I knew they were doing something about music, and then there's a viral clip going around where he caught the girl or his wife or fiance or whatever cheating. I could not tell you anything about that movie because I kind of felt like it was a remake of the whole, not just Love and Basketball, but that other fucking movie that white girls went crazy over, Say the Last Dance. Okay. Anyway. Yes, I could not tell you a scene on Brown Sugar. I just can't. I think they had one child, and then it was a baby at the end of the movie. You watched it this morning? Well, Kayla, you need to get us up to speed. And Q dad cheated on his mom. He wanted Monica there for him. And that's what everybody's saying. So I don't understand why this lady decided that she said that Q was the narcissist. He was crazy. He dogged Monica in the dirt until he settled for her. That was a really, really interesting perspective. And then I seen a lot of women in the comments saying, yeah, she should have went because he wouldn't have stayed for her. And I'm like, damn, how y'all know this? What? Wait a minute. Wait. Now y'all adding shit. What TNT? Girl, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you just in time then, Kayla. Though, let me see what else. I'm serious. Okay, thanks, babe. I thought I was the only one. I don't remember a lick of anything about Brown Sugar. If anybody, if y'all wanna clue us in on what happened on Brown Sugar, kind of summarize it for us, but I felt like Brown Sugar was kind of like, because it was so much coming out, right? We had Brown Sugar, we had Love and Basketball, we had Save the Last Dance, and we had that movie with freaking Nia Long and Tay Diggs. What was that movie called? That movie was called, oh my god. It was like a porn movie. Like what the hell? Why can't I remember that? Have I gotten that old? Love Jones. Thank you. Thank you. Good lord. My brain was going to explode. Yeah, she had a daughter with Q at the end. So a lot of these women are arguing that she settled and Q settled for her. And it's like, the woman's perspective, the other woman's perspective, as far as Q beating her in basketball, saying, you can't beat me, but even if you lose, I want you. I felt like, okay, that's cool. But this woman just went to the depths of hell with it. I just be wondering how the mindsets of some women kind of form their opinion based off of their past relationships. That shit is crazy. You was too young. That's why you can't remember. That's okay. I'm old and I still can't remember. Brown Sugar was your favorite movie? Okay. So I felt like Brown Sugar kind of played on the rest of the movies. Oh, so they were finding, so it was Love and Hip Hop. Okay. And then didn't around that time, didn't they have Love Don't Cost a Thing and all that? Or was that a little bit later? That might have been a little bit later. I might be going ahead. I might be going ahead. It's a lot, girl. But I want to know why she felt like Q was a narcissist, why she felt like he didn't like her and he just settled with her and she was always in his face. Um, it really didn't seem like that. It seemed like she pulled him during the prom, like the dance. Like he finally was like, "Oh shit, oh this is y'all gonna have to help me." I don't get it. What up, Pop? That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm like, why? Why? Like, why did she feel like she was like she dunked on her? I don't know. And I feel like this lady here, she has a very competitive spirit, and she wanted him to let Monica win. I don't know. Because she was like to even have to basically play for basketball. Like, why are you even playing for basketball? Okay, that's what I thought. That movie was kind of stupid. But yeah, I know it was a remake, but that's not the point. You can't explain in the comments. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so child, the way Jason Lyrics, I watched Jason Lyrics when I was a little bit older, and that shit, I could have went my whole life without watching that movie. I'm not even gonna hold you. The fact, like that was just all bad. Like the brother just got the. Anyway, that movie gonna piss me off. I just anyway. Q decided to play Monica because he loved her. If he wanted to marry, but that's what I'm saying. This woman here said Tyra had showed her true colors, and I was like, what true colors was that? She was like cleaning his wounds up and shit, like because she was a nice woman. Like what? What? I don't know. I guess that fits the narrative. Let me post some more of that chat so you guys can see. Okay, so we saw where she said he always loved Monica. He asked her to stay and she left, so he took it out on her, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody said, you're missing some key parts. She had a curfew. He never listened to what she had going on through basketball. And then he flaunted another woman, Monica Calhoun, in her face while they were still dating. So I thought that was interesting that she put that up because um he didn't bring up Monica till after all the shit happened. I didn't see him do all this shit until after the shit hit the fan. I don't get it. The man only settled for her when he got hurt, which is crazy because oh my God, they really pushing it. And then somebody else said, well, unless a person marries the first and only relationship they ever had, most people have been settled for or ended up with them because someone broke their heart. Does that make their love or relationship not legit? We like to think we are our significant or spouse only love, but that's unrealistic, which is a good point. So they're really trying to push this narrative that he was a narcissist and he just settled for Monica because he broke his ankle. Then somebody else said, I agree. He always loved her. He paid attention to her when she didn't know. He knew her stats and everything. They held each other accountable, but he was the only person she was with. And then somebody else said the comment wasn't about settling. That was my last sentence. I was responding to the original post, but you still said what you said. Um, and then somebody was like, exactly. If he understood basketball, he would understand that she was going what, oh my God, what? Understand what she was going through after they were both players. Now this is the mindset of this woman. She wants this nigga Q to understand the frustrations of basketball, of what Monica was going through, and this nigga found out that his family is in fucking shambles. Like, that's the logic. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, he should know how stressful basketball is and how he loves it. Fuck what his mama and daddy going through. That's crazy. You know, sometimes when you look and you see how some of these women think, it really blows my mind. It really blows my mind. Like, it's really important to understand she has an issue with basketball versus this nigga finding out his whole family dynamic that he grew up with in his entire childhood didn't affect him. And I think a lot of people don't understand, even when parents get older and children get older, when their parents divorce, I've heard a lot of people say that that affected them. Like, parents' relationships, when situations happen like that, there's a lot of children that said that affected them. Now, some be like, y'all should have been had that damn divorce. But there's a lot of kids who say that affected me, and their relationships with other people get distorted because of the effects of what they looked up. You know, that's like shit. You heard regular people who didn't even have their parents together crying about Will and Jada. They did. And when I seen it and I saw that people were agreeing with it, it just tripped me up a little bit because I was like, damn, y'all really got something going on in that mind in there. Girl, Baby Boy was a tragedy. Baby Boy, now Baby Boy, I would say, is if she want to do that, if you want to make that type of thing, Baby Boy was just a hot ass mess. The nigga didn't have no job. He wanted better for himself, but he didn't. He was going from baby mama to baby mama hunching. That baby boy is is not loving basketball. Loving basketball, it, baby boy is just outright disrespectful. I didn't understand. I mean, the first clip was the bitch at the clinic. I couldn't. I, have you? You've been seeing Loving Basketball posts for years, but why do they hate the movie Loving Basketball so much? It was a good movie, but it was just like, damn. Baby Boy was about a man refusing to grow up. Yes, he was raised by a single mom who still had to have a life. It was really toxic. Baby Boy was definitely toxic because he had no guidance. His brother passed. It was just it was a lot. But Ving Rhames was hilarious. He was fucking a comedian. What up, SG? Holiday Heart was a good movie too. You go watch all the movies after. But it yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. Baby Boy, he was a son husband. He had that dynamic between him and his mom, which was really weird. And she didn't mind it until another man came. And that's a good topic too, Six, because there's a lot of single moms, not all, but there's a lot of single moms who will prioritize their children. And then as soon as a man come, there's some that would just be like, oh, I got a man now. And granted, Tyrese ass was old as hell, so it been time for him to move out. But His thing was when his mom kicked his brother out because it was time for his brother to go because this happened before, right? Ain't that what happened though? Am I getting it wrong? Tyrese brother passed away because he got unalived because his mom found a new boo and she put him out because they wasn't getting along. And then since that happened, the brother ended up going outside trying to do his thing and he got unalived. So obviously that relationship didn't work out, and then she found her a new dude, and that's when he started getting guarded, like, dang, I'm about to go outside and the same thing gonna happen to me, which made him not I don't know her thought process or how he was raised in order for him to process, my mom's out here doing it alone. I don't know. Kayla, especially that girl, everybody, that's everybody know about that scene. That was unnecessary. Anyway, off oh, don't forget about the movie Albert and Norbert. Okay, but why wasn't he good to Monica? Why wasn't Q good to Monica? I will go as far as to say that in the beginning of the relationship, he wasn't he wasn't interested because she wasn't really on his radar. When they first met, he thought she was cute, but they were young, they were little kids. Like, it wasn't they dated for like 3 seconds until she pushed and did till he pushed her off the bike and all that other stuff. But even then, they tried to say that about the dad, that he taught Q bad ways because he was like, I'm gonna push the bike for you. And she was like, no, I'm gonna push my own bike. So there goes that dynamic of independency versus let the man handle it, and I ain't weak because my mom do stuff like that type. This is it. They hate it because they need another excuse to hate on black men. I'm sorry, but that's what it's giving because I didn't hear. And if anybody got any other things to say outside of this, I'm cool with it. I didn't really hear a good perspective on it, or maybe I didn't see it. But like I said, I don't feel like she was really on his radar like that because they were neighbors, they were friends, and then eventually he start when she's because she dressed like a boy, so that's not something he's attracted to. He see girls with these tight skirts and they was straightening their hair and dressing how they was dressing. She was dressing like one of the homies, so you're not gonna look, well, I mean, you might, I don't know, but at that particular time in that particular era, he wasn't looking for that. Not you on some breakfast. And that's just crazy for him to be that comfortable to do that in that woman house with that son doing that. It was based off Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Yep. He's talking about Baby Boy 6. 6. They quoted the doctor in the beginning of the scene. Like with the beginning of the scene, he was talking about Dr. Francis Cress Welsing in the beginning. He mentioned her and he quoted a lot of her sayings, like, what does a boy call his woman? And then he said mama. So it was like, you call, man, if we gonna go down the Dr. Francis Cress Welsing rabbit hole, that's gonna take some time because she cooks. Man, we gon' oh my goodness. That's a whole nother life. That's a whole nother life. Anti no more liquor bank stores. It's gone. Oh, damn. See, years ago, my uncle, he owned like a liquor store in LA. And, you know, after gentrification and all that, that kind of went away. It was about how young men referred them to being kept in a state of man's children. That was the first part. Yeah. She referenced a lot of like, I'm at the crib. I'm chilling at the crib. What you doing? And it's you we all know what a baby crib is. Not stuck on that titty meal. But you know what? I honestly, if you really look at the movie, what did the mom give them to grow on other than raising them? She didn't. She was ready to hurry up and get the boys out of there so she could have her life. Q never saw her like that because she was. That's what I'm saying. Q wasn't attracted to her because she was dressed like one of them. They was borrowing each other's clothes at this point. I seen Little Man. I can't remember a lot of it. Yeah, I heard. I heard because he did kill it on, but I don't think Tupac. I think Tupac could play the movie because Tupac was a great actor, but I don't think that. I don't know how that would have went because on Baby Boy, Tyrese was very like he looked like he was trying to be somebody he wasn't. I feel like, and I could be wrong. Y'all can weigh in on the chat. I feel like Tyrese's brother probably was the one that was like the toughest and out in them streets really doing things. Tyrese didn't seem like that. Tyrese seemed like he was trying to pretend. His friend that was hanging with him at Do Dirty House seemed more like he was with it. Tyrese just seemed like he was just not about that life, if that makes any sense. I don't want to tear the brother down. But I didn't Tyrese didn't give tough to me. That I think and that's why I think Ving Rhames' character really pressed on him a lot because he's like this little, you know, Q wasn't in the tomboys. Okay, so she just being a feminist. Okay. Pop, you just had to get grown. Q really looked up to his dad. He wanted to play with team with his dad and play with the number of his jersey, but Q's world was shattered when he saw. But here's a good question too, Kayla. He did not. Now I'm not saying it's okay, but he didn't. It was wrong for the dad to cheat on the mom, right? Nobody does it. That's not cool. We don't do that here, right? But Q wasn't really doing the only difference was Q was single, right? But he would have different women. So was it okay for him to be a ladies' man like that? And when he saw his dad cheating, he kind of felt like he really was his dad because he was out here having it like his daddy. I don't know. What y'all think? Am I even wording that right? First off, do y'all know what I'm trying to say? Like he wasn't showing them, but he was kind of showing them. Does that make sense? Monica was dressed like a stud until she wore that dress. I think a lot of people in that movie, I seen a lot of guys was like, wow, it do get deep. We gonna have to take a time to do a whole dissect on Baby Boy and Dr. Francis. What up, critical thinker? When Boy came out, I was pow powing at people, so I wasn't. Oh well, I hope you reach the statute of limitations, sir. While you putting that out there, my favorite movie is Menace to Society and South Central. Listen, um, I I did not like Boys in the Hood because I was a little kid and I just didn't like that Ricky situation where he just got taken down and he was about to go to college or the military or wherever he was gonna go and be something. And I know that happens all at that time. Well, shit, it's still happening, but I know that was life, and they were trying to make it realistic life, or whatever. But that part of the movie made me hate the whole movie. And I don't know why they had Cuba Gooding Jr. acting real light skinned, swinging in the air, but whatever. Yeah, he was a son husband, a mama's boy. I didn't really like, I don't know. I just felt like Baby Boy didn't really have a closing. Baby Boy was he fucked around and he found out, and then he found out it wasn't fun. Like when it got real for him, that's when he wanted to settle down. That's what I got from Baby Boy. What y'all think? That's my perspective on it. He was out there trying to play like he tough, and then Snoop Dogg played in the picture, and then they start doing that, and like I said, his friend was with it. He wasn't. So since his friend was with it and he wasn't, and his friend just like bat bat bat, oh, you don't want to do it? Oh no, I don't want to. And mind you, this dude just shot at him. He's not. He To me, he was never about that life. Sweet Pop, so you was dressed like a tomboy, like a skate. But even with Monica dressing like the tomboy she was, it wasn't like how the R&B singers like Aaliyah and Left Eye. Well, maybe not Left Eye. Left Eye probably a little bit later. But it wasn't like Aaliyah and them used to dress. Aaliyah and them used to dress like a tomboy, but they would still kind of dress like a girl. Not the brat, but the rest of them. Uncle P. I ain't never heard of no movie. Hey, y'all heard of a movie called Uncle P? What was that about? You said Love and Basketball is my favorite movie and had the best music. Okay, critical thinker. I'm gonna double back again because everybody late to the phone call. Okay, everybody been showing up late to the phone call to the three-way. Read. I don't know if you read the screen, but this woman gave a very feminist. Oh, that's your range, love. That's Master P movie. That's all your range. Cause I think after I got the hookup, I was just over it. Now this woman is saying that Q was a narcissist and he never loved Monica, and basically he just settled for Monica because his ankle got uh uh messed up and stuff like that. It's a shit show. Go ahead and read it. Oh yeah, Omar Gooden. Did I say Cuba? No, I said Cuba for. I was talking about Boys in the Hood. Never mind. You know what, babe? I like the Hot Boys too, and I was surprised that I liked the Hot Boys because I thought I got the hookup was just it wasn't for me. You know how people like those hood classics, I didn't like I got the hookup. I just was like, what they trying to sell cell phones? I lost the plot. But when Hot Boys came out, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. The way Mystical fell after he got shot, though, he could have kept that. But it was a good movie. It was a good movie, in my opinion. It's amazing how some movies I would watch and be shocked how much I like them. It was one movie that I watched, and I always get the movie wrong, but everybody knows what the movie is. And I want to say it, and y'all will correct me if I'm wrong. It was a movie. I keep saying it may have been Goodfellas, But I'm gonna tell y'all the plot, and you tell me what movie it was. Okay, so it was a couple of men in like a room, and they were trying to figure out who the snitch was, who about them robbing the bank. What movie was that? It was like an Italian movie. Uh-oh, shout out to Triesha for being a member for 12 months.
I know a bitch that's mad, waking up sad, cause a bitch can't fuck with me. I know a hoe that's pressed, waking up stressed, cause a bitch can't fuck with me. I know a bitch wanna fight, and I'm just like, bitch, you just can't fuck with me. I know a bitch that's pressed.
I know it wasn't Goodfellas. I always get the damn movie wrong. I always get it wrong. But they robbed a bank, and Reservoir Dogs. Thank you. Thank you. I always get the movie wrong and I call it Goodfellas. But I watched that movie. It just came up on the TV and I was just like, fuck it. I ain't got nothing else to watch. And I was gonna change it, and it started getting good because they started trying to fish out who was the snitch, and it was. I was like, man, that was a good movie. I love watching movies that you do not expect for them to just really just go there like that. I do need a nap. I need a nap. I'm gonna take no. Let me don't give me the line. I had a nap this morning. As a matter of fact, yes, it was Reservoir Dogs. I always get them and Goodfellas mixed up, and I don't know why. Probably because the name. I was asking what that movie was, Kayla. I didn't know what. I keep mixing Goodfellas and Reservoir Dogs up. I always mix them up, and I'm gonna tell you, I've never seen Goodfellas, so I knew it was one that I seen and one that I didn't. But I was like, I really love that movie. What the fuck was Goodfellas about? Now I gotta watch this shit. Do I have it? I have. What was my husband like? No, you've watched it. I watch everything my husband watched. So when he be watching these movies, I'll be like, fuck it, I'll watch it. What was it about? Oh, so I have seen Goodfellas. Oh, wait a minute. What was that nasty movie that just got a little weird? I don't know. Some of the movies got a little weird. There was a that might have been the one with the Mexican mafia. Which one was that? Is that the Goodfellas one? And one of them got graped. Ugh, I can't. Y'all what? Y'all some movie buffs and stuff. Okay, not introduction to films. Okay. American Meat. See, I be mixing all the damn movies up. I mix all the movies up, y'all. Fuck it. I mix them all up. I'm not no mobsters. I don't know if I seen mobsters. Yeah, we got to do a blockbuster thing, T. Okay, so Goodfellas was about the mafia, and then American Meat was about the Mexican mafia. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You think you seen Goodfellas before? I cannot recall one scene from Goodfellas, but I enjoyed me some Reservoir Dogs. It just stuck with me. Well, damn, y'all. I didn't say I was the smartest when it came to movies. Sheesh. Okay, it was American Me, and then American Me threw me off because you know I like the movie Selena, so I kept seeing Selena's daddy. Just whatever, whatever. Let's move on. They remaking the movie Cujo. Some movies should not be remade. Some movies should not be. There's some movies. See, see. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. That wasn't a movie either. Okay, okay. She said, "Leave Cujo alone." I've never seen the movie Cujo. I'm not about to sit here and lie. Have we seen the movie Cujo, babe? I don't remember seeing that movie. Oh, girl, because it's based on real life. My dumb ass watch it every time and hope for a different outcome. I don't know why I do that. That's how I felt with the movie Bambi. I was just like, we just can't save the mom. She just got to get, pow pow. Tyler Perry movies is cool, but one movie that I liked was A Family That Prays. I thought that movie was very interesting because, first of all, it's not realistic in the slightest, but it has some realistic things to it. Like, I don't know too many women out here just looking for the white CEO and cheating on the white collared the blue collared husband. I just thought that was just far fetched, but you know. But Tyler Perry movies kind of all sound the same. Like either The Family That Prays was different, but a regular Tyler Perry movie, like Medea's this, Medea's that, always started with a woman going through something traumatic and a man coming and saving her. And then I will never forgive Tyler Perry for them braids that he put on Shamar Moore. I will never forgive him for that. Ever. Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband watched all types of stuff. So he would know more about that movie than me. I think after a while I stopped watching Medea movies. I think the last movie I watched was like that Boo movie. Pet Cemetery was cool. Well, I don't even think I seen part 1. I think I seen only part 2. But I couldn't remember. I know like the cat died and came back, and I did not I remember Aquila and the Bee, but I did not watch it. I remember it, but I did not watch it. It was crazy though, because I'm like the lady is she doing all this stuff and she forgetting who she is and nobody knows and it's a secret. 6, you should ask my husband how much Shamar Moore makes my skin crawl. I cannot stand him. I watch he be watching SWAT. I was so glad it got canceled. And I be watching them shows to see just shoot him in the show. Okay? Cause he annoys my spirit. And people kept watching him. He was just getting free money because Tyler Perry just kept recycling it. Child, that wig, that ain't make no sense. He had a better budget than that. He coming out looking like a Timu movie. You know what? I didn't watch Belly because Belly came out when I was really young, and my mom only let us watch so much. I believe my brothers was able to watch it, and everybody talked about it, and that was it for me. When did Belly come out? I was like a little ass kid, and my mom would let us watch a few things, but like for example, Y'all know that movie Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood by the Wayans brothers? The only reason why I was allowed to even watch that movie was because my sister was in that movie. Movies like Menace to Society, the only movie she let us watch as a family was Boys in the Hood, actually. And I think because my sister even pressed that. But it's a lot of movies I couldn't watch at that age. Oh no. That's terrible. Yep. Every time he get beat up, I'd be like, hit his ass, get him, punch him again with his stiff ass. Y'all seen how that fool was dancing on Soul Train? He must be stopped. Shamar Moore must be stopped. I like Criminal Minds, but I just there ain't nothing wrong with the show. It's just him. 6. I'm only 38 years old. But my mom was very strict. So a lot of stuff my husband was able to watch, but I wasn't able to watch. And then I never went back and rewatched it. Oh, really? So y'all was just out there doing the most. Ugh. Losing Isaiah was interesting. You got served. Listen, listen. I laughed so hard because Omarion just brought B2K back on the Millennium Tour. A lot of people said it was because he wasn't getting the funds that he needed. But when people were in the comments talking about they did it for Little Saint, I almost about died laughing so hard. They was like, they got back together for Little Saint. I was like, I cannot stand the internet. Some of y'all are so stupid on here. That's your favorite movie? My sister was in that damn movie. That's the only reason why we were able to watch it. And they had cut scenes. They cut a lot of my sister's scenes out. So I couldn't. That's the only reason why, because that movie was too grown. I watched South Central as an adult now, but um, cause you know what's crazy? Since I was not allowed to watch South Central, um, um, and all the other movies like that, Don't Be a Menace to Society and shit. When I watched um Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, when I watched the original, I watched that movie first. Everybody else, it was reversed with everybody else. So that's the crazy part. It was reversed. I seen that movie first because I mean, my mom wasn't gonna not let my sister not show us because my sister is in the movie. She's the actress. We're like, hey, we cheering for her, and there's a lot of grown stuff in it as it is. My mom just made us turn our heads, but I watched that movie first. So imagine me watching that movie first, and I know that movie, and then when I start seeing the original movies that they were making parodies of, it was just so backwards. And I was like, oh, that's why they did that. Oh, and that's why they did that because child the ghetto. Anyway, not OG Baby Johnson. That's hilarious. You know what? Queen Latifah movies are actually really, really good. It was Queen Latifah can act her ass off. Queen Latifah, has she ever won a Grammy for her actress? You listen, now that I'm an adult, I realize on Stop the Yard, the reason why Chris Brown went in that movie was because they couldn't afford that nigga. Okay? Their budget was cut short. Now that I am grown at my age, I know the reason why Chris Brown was on the beginning of the clip is because it was too expensive. Okay? Because they know they didn't have to kill that boy. They know they could have just went in the battles and did all that, but they couldn't afford him. So they had to cut corners. She was Loc Dog's mom. I definitely watched those, and let me tell you how I watched those. When I was at my sister's house, she had them all, but my sister was good friends with Robin Harris and his wife, Exetta. So that's why, like, the only reason I was able to get to see the good movies was because of my sister. If I wasn't around my sister like that or didn't go to my sister's house and she let us watch that movie, I would have never seen the movie. So yes, I've seen all of the house parties. Yes, I have. Thank you. Shit, the best one was motherfucking House Party 3. That was in my opinion. That nigga, what, Showboat? Oh my God. What's that comedian named Michael Corey? That nigga was stupid. He was like, I call it the toe jam cracker. That movie was hilarious. Is my mic good now? What up, Daphne? Yeah, but they kind of messed up House Party. They didn't really. I seen the one with Marcus Houston. I thought he was gonna like really. Hold on. Is that better? Is my mic better now? My husband got me watching The Equalizer, the actual shows, not the one with Denzel. I seen the one with Denzel too. That movie was good. Oh, okay, cool. I'm charging my phone, y'all. You know, iPhones when they get hot, they start tripping. But I thought Marcus Houston was gonna make House Party kind of go, but it didn't flow right. We all know in House Party 1 and 2 it was good, but on House Party 3, Bernie Mac kind of kept it going. So it was like everybody missed Robin Harris, but Bernie Mac really, if you didn't know them, you would think they're brothers. They sounded alike. Their characteristics were very similar. So Bernie Mac really helped House Party 3. Damn. Nope. I don't think I've seen any of those movies. Maybe Superfly. You know, I don't really like scary movies, Traisha. I just I'll watch a thriller, but I'm not really a fan of um I'm not really a fan of like scary movies. So Jeepers Creepers, and it's weird, right? Because I don't like the gore. I don't like because sometimes they do a lot with that, and okay. It's certain scary movies I will watch, but I don't really like those type, if that makes sense. But I watch Resident Evil because Resident Evil was like one of my favorite. I love the video game. But at the same time, if it's too much gore, I don't want to watch it. If that makes sense. I seen Blake Check. And now that we're older, we know that Blake Check, was that fraud? Like, did he commit fraud because he forged somebody else's signature with a blank check on it? You know, like, what were they teaching us? It had to be fraud. You done took a blank check and wrote the amount you wanted on there, and they was looking for you. I know his parents was pissed. In real life, I seen Johnson Family Vacation. What other movie did I saw? I seen. Wait a minute. I seen How to Be a Player. How to Be a Player was a good movie. I did not watch. I think I've watched at Stand By Me, but there was just certain movies like if they didn't pick up or they didn't pique my interest, I couldn't tell you. You liked House Party 4? I thought it was like I just didn't think they could carry it. Okay, so I love the Five Heartbeats. Okay, the Five Heartbeats was good, and the only reason why I felt like the Five Heartbeats was good because everybody lived, and I only saying that because it was a fictional movie based on nobody. The Temptations, when I watched it, was sad. You know, all the when you hear about these bands growing up, you see and it's kind of similar to today, if you want to be honest. They get rich, they buy all these cars, and the producer or the person that's putting them out there is the one getting all their money. But I like the Five Heartbeats because everyone lived except for the you know, manager. House Party 1 was funny. I liked all the house parties. The 1 through 3 was definite classics. And just, you know, then they came out with Class Act. I thought they was gonna keep it going. Y'all, these comments, I'm either losing them or behind. How high I had to watch as an adult and to kind of understand for real, but I wasn't into the festivities of it. So I felt like maybe that's probably why. I watched Black Dynamite because of my husband. And well, I mean they played it in House Party too. Oh no, I'm thinking of Dolomite. Freaky Friday was cool. Freaky Friday was a remake though. I forgot who did the original. Yeah, that was crazy that they canceled the Equalizer. But you already know how they get down with that. Robert Townsend said himself that he just made that on the fly. He didn't say it was about the Dells. I ain't hear it. I seen New Jack City. I enjoyed the Five Heartbeats though. And I was shocked when I found out the singers weren't the original singers. Class Act was cool. I just got confused when I seen it because I mixed it up with House Party. You had to grab your packages. What up, Salute? The Wood was good. The Wood was good. But I'm going to say this. The guy who tried to say he was from North Carolina, the way he said it, you knew that fool wasn't from no damn North Carolina. His Southern accent was horrible. Can we talk about that? It was horrible. Okay? West Coast accent's cool. Whatever he was trying to do, I'm from North Carolina. I'm like, no, that, what? Get out of here. I want to punch him in his neck. Why you say it like that? Yeah, this is fun, Kayla, because I was like, as adults, when we're kids, we watch movies and we get different perspectives. That's why these women are trying to feminize Love and Basketball. But, whatever. But it is interesting to look at when you're younger and you see a movie like The Little Mermaid. They done scarred me with The Little Mermaid. The fact that that woman came out and she said she signed the contract, she didn't complete. Little Mermaid was the real villain. All that this was the real date just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Okay, so I have not watched Save the Last Dragon. I think no, my husband had me watch it. I think my husband had me watch that. Dennis the Menace was a good movie. But Dennis the Menace was cool because I watched the cartoon growing up, right? But I like Problem Child better. Have y'all heard of the movie The Problem Child? That movie was hilarious. The Best Man so The Best Man I feel like tied into Love and Basketball, The Wood, honestly, if you really think about it. It was like a sequence of movies. So you would have The Best Man, Love and Basketball, Love Jones, all the movies kind of are very familiar. And then it was like the same actors and actresses. So no, I've heard North Carolina accents. That accent he said was bad. I knew what he was trying to do, but it was terrible. Horrible. Best Man Holiday. The Best Man, they just went dark. They was like, let's just give her cancer and just unalive her. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like the final Friday. If Ice Cube can pull it off, okay. But it kind of makes you want to slap the shit out of Chris Tucker because we've been asked for this, and you was talking about you went to go and find Jesus and do all this other stuff, and you turned your life to God, and you can't do it no more. But you could do some little rush hour stuff, a little here and there. But you're not rocking with Friday. I just felt like it would have been better had he did it with John Witherspoon still here. A lot of the original people that were here, like a lot of them are gone. Tiny Lester's gone. Ezell, he gone. Even though he didn't like to be called that, but my favorite TV show, you have to give me an age range because as you get older in age, they're different. Like when I was a kid, my favorite TV show was like Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers or some shit, right? And then when I got into like my teenage years, I would watch other stuff like Degrassi, Charmed. It really depends on the age range. And now as an adult, I just watch YouTube. We wouldn't even have a lot of the cable shows and stuff like Netflix and Hulu and Paramount and stuff if my husband didn't watch it. My husband watches a little bit of everything, but he's the only one who kind of keeps me sane with that. Really? I don't know. Maybe the people I knew around and all of my cousins that was around was just country bumpkins. I don't know. Snow White was about cocaine. Yard. Snow White was about cocaine and the dwarfs that was fixed from it. Log off 6. Yeah, but you know what was crazy? And I argued with my brothers for years with this. I tried to explain with him to my stupid brothers that the woman who played the wife in the first movie was Annie in the second movie. Come to find out they was married. And they argued me down, and I went to the back of the credits and I'm like, look at the credits, that's the same name. That's not her. Her hair was black and her hair was red. Okay, stupid. Like, really? Oh my God. Sometimes you just think, like, how was I raised with y'all? Ugh. Anyway, them was your friends, babe. My cousin played on First Friday movie. He was on the bike. That's what's up. I don't think I've seen Big Fat Liar. We did watch it? Okay. I thought so. I'm telling my husband be watching all types of stuff and I'll just sit and watch and ask questions. Yeah, I think the final Friday, it'll be like bittersweet. You know, I mean, even with Boondocks, like we wanted Boondocks back and y'all just couldn't do it. Now, I still think they can resurrect Boondocks, you know, in some kind of way, but mm, oh yeah, I watched A Different World. That was just too popping. I told my husband I didn't watch The Last Dragon, and he had me watch it because he said him and his family they watched it a lot. Him and his brother. Saved the Bell was cool. Saved by the Bell was cool. You know, That's So Raven was kind of irritating to me. I didn't watch it a lot. I watched Keenan and Kel. Can I ask y'all a question? I don't know if y'all like in if they had this where you guys were at. I don't know if it was worldwide or California just have it. Did y'all have like a program called like did y'all have like a thing called The Box? It was like a TV show called The Box. I know my husband know what The Box mean, but it was a thing called The Box, and it was out really, I believe, before MTV Raps and stuff, or around the same time. And it wasn't just for like hip hop and stuff. You would call in and you would pay or something, and then they would play the music video. I don't know. Sailor Moon was good. I didn't watch Voltron. I watched Transformers. No, I didn't watch Transformers. I'm lying. Not as a kid. I watched VR Troopers. And then when they start coming with big bag Beetleborgs, I was like, now y'all just really keep trying to remake Power Rangers. Now you're pissing me off. What up, Delaney? We just chopping it up on a quick little phone call talking about movies. I was on Facebook and I seen this woman and she just really turned Love and Basketball into a feminist movie. Like I don't know what happened. I did watch both Parent Traps. I watched the one with Lindsay Lohan, and then I watched the one with the original person who did the film originally, and I liked them both. Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps was the vibe. Um, Snick was always fun to watch. Rugrats, Hey Arnold. Um, It was another show. Oh, duh. All that was good too. It was good, fun comedy until Nick Cannon came, but you know. Oh yeah, I watched it Live in Color. And Live in Color was just so disrespectful. I watched the Wayne Brothers TV show too. You heard me singing the other day. I haven't seen Big Fat Liar. Goosebumps was classic. Y'all remember when Goosebumps came out with the book? And with the book, you had to turn to like certain pages. Like, not all Goosebumps books were like that. So don't think they were. But they had the special books where if you turn to page like 8, something different would happen if versus like if you turn to page 7 or something. Martin was good. Living Single was good. Jamie Foxx, I was not a big fan of. It got old after a while. My brother loved that show though. Girlfriends was okay. I could not tell you one episode from Baywatch, but I believe I watched it. Six, my husband will know what you're talking about. And I might just depend. You know what, Six? Oh, Teddy Ruxpin face that? No, just playing. Y'all remember Teddy Ruxpin? What'd I say? Not Thundercats. I watched Thundercats, Clifford, um, Heathcliff. What I say, Clifford? Heathcliff. I did not watch School Dance. No, okay. So I thought the box was only in LA. I thought the box was only in LA because when I went other places, nobody would ever have them. Like we used to travel a lot during the summer. We would go down south to visit my mom's, to visit our family. My mom has like these acres of land that we go on, and it's really nice. But anyway, the point is that's the only time that we were able to see BET at the time. It was really weird. It was like down south had a different life versus California, or we just didn't. We had cable with everything, so we just didn't have BET unless there was something I was missing. But we only got to see BET when we went down south, and they didn't have the box up there. So I thought the box was only like just for LA. Because even when I went to like out of like somewhere else in California, I didn't see the box. So I don't know. Oh, you didn't like the one with Lindsay Lohan? I thought both of them were okay. Those old kung fu movies. I watched a lot of kung fu movies because my brother watched them a lot, mainly Bruce Lee movies, but I could not tell you one. I cannot tell you one that really just stuck with me that I remember. Yeah, I didn't. Jamie Foxx kind of irritated me a little bit. I don't know. Goosebumps scared you? Oh no. I watched Doug too. Wild Thornberries I watch sometimes, and then every now and then I will watch that other show because they started making the characters look like what was that show with the skateboards and shit, Rocket Power. Every now and then I will watch Rocket Power. I liked It Takes Two. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I seen Coolie High, but I cannot tell you a scene from it. My husband always talk about some Sea Bear and Jamal, and I do not ever remember ever watching that. He said it's because it would come on late, late, late. But I would watch like Sonic and Pink Panther and all that other stuff on Sundays or whatever. I do not remember. I know it's a real thing, but I could not tell you an episode. No, I didn't like Jake. It was like a couple of episodes that was cool, but me sitting there watching all day, no. That's terrible. I had the Teddy Ruxpin collection and like the movie and everything. Smart Guy was okay. I like Sister more, but I didn't hate it. Okay, so I didn't really watch the Cartoon Network. I mainly watched Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, not really either. So I'm more of a Nickelodeon and then UPN Channel 13 type thing. And then um Cartoon Network, Disney. I missed the whole Powerpuff era. Not gonna hold you. I missed all of that. So yeah, I know about it, but Looney Tunes was good. I watched Looney Tunes. I watched Tiny Toons. I watched Cat Dog. I did not watch Garbage Pail Kids. I refuse. I can't. Um, no, am I thinking about the is that the same one with the ugly faces? They tried to be like the Cabbage Patch Kids. I didn't really like the Harvey show either. I liked hanging with Mr. Cooper. I liked In the House. I watch stuff like Double Dragon. It really depends. Not the boards don't hit back. You know what? Uh, okay, Freddy Krueger movies were cool. Like Freddy Krueger was hilarious because Freddy Krueger. I think Chucky because I did not watch scary movies like that too much, but they weren't gory like they are now. Freddy Krueger was hilarious because he would have jokes. And that was always funny. And then when Chucky started having jokes, that's when Chucky started being more watchable to me. Chucky wasn't always funny. He didn't always have the jokes like Freddy Krueger used to have the jokes, right? Because Chucky was just, I mean, as an adult, you can find something humorous in the first thing of Chucky, but he wasn't really funny like that. Like when he had the comebacks and he started blowing trees and all that other stuff. It wasn't like that when he first came out. So I think they took a little bit from Freddie being funny because he was hilarious. He was like, looks like a pan and some eggs to me. Rugrats was good. Do you know how happy everybody was when we was watching Rugrats and they came out with Susie? Oh my God. You could not tell us nothing when they came out with Susie. So the foxhole, that's when they start doing that XM radio stuff. And that's when everybody started listening to Corey Holcomb. But Corey Holcomb was already on uh I believe he was on Def Comedy Jam too though. But he was on I definitely remember him from Comic View. Girl, I don't like scary movies for real, for real. I don't. I don't like scary movies. I don't want that shit in my mental head. So, girlfriends, I did not really gravitate to that well either because I felt like all they did was complain. it was always some shit going on, and it was very exhausting for me. And then I got really turned off when the wife was happy in her life and then decided to cheat and then wanted her husband to forgive her. And it was just really weird because she was like, I said I was sorry, and it just made me uncomfortable, and I didn't like girlfriends. I didn't like it. I thought the whole shit was weird. And we had to get to the last fucking season for this bitch to choose the fat nigga. I didn't care. I did not care. Bill Cosby show was good. The Cosby show was good. He could have kept Little Bill, but the Cosby show was good. Full House was good. Now I gotta watch it because now when I compare, I'm gonna get upset because I love Ted. Yeah, Friends was based off of Living Single. I watched the George Lopez show like probably two, maybe one or two episodes. It wasn't bad. It was actually funny. I just never really caught it like that. Law and Order was good. Okay, Law and Order is good. Law and Order, and what's that other show? I don't watch it anymore, but my husband watches Law and Order SVU, but I like the original, like the older ones. Um, what's that other one? There's another show that I used to watch a lot, but I don't. Beavis and Butthead was good. Inspector Gadget was my shit. Moesha was good until you know she had a a lot of people took it different from when I took it, and because I don't be thinking like that. Sometimes I'll be a little off. A lot of people was upset that Frank cheated on Dee and had a side baby that he never said anything about, or he lied to her about, or whatever, and that's what destroyed everything. But my dumb ass was like, oh, they just put him in as a brother because they're related in real life, and I just wrote it off. I didn't think any further than that. I didn't think any further than that. I ain't even gonna lie. Oh, I didn't watch Barney. I didn't watch Barney. We made fun of it. We didn't watch that shit. I seen Baby Bop and I was just like, what the fuck is this? But I did watch The Puzzle Place. Yeah, and when my brothers were little, one of my other brothers, my oldest brother had a My Buddy doll. And my second oldest brother put a knife in his hand and laid it on my brother's chest. So when he woke up, he started screaming. That was just terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, okay. I think I'm way behind in the chat. Small Wonder was good. I like Small Wonder. Small Wonder, Mr. Belvedere. I did watch Different Strokes. I did watch Facts of Life a little bit. Okay, that's what I thought. See, I don't remember that. I have to go back. I have to go back and look. I have to go back and look because the very first Chucky movie seemed so serious to me. I seen Eve. I watched Eve a little bit, but not too much. See, when I watched The Exorcist, I was older and it looked unreal. So they said like when you were like, of course, when you're younger and around those times, everything looked real, like the poltergeist and shit. Like a lot of the stuff that I was so terrified from Tales from the Hood, and now that I'm older and I watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, because you can see the makeup. But I guess that's how I was with Exorcist. Because when I seen Exorcist, I'm like, you can see the damn makeup. Not Law and Order is boring. CSI, that's the show I watch. CSI, but I watched the CSI Vegas. I don't know about the other ones because I seen that dude in Miami. Is that the one you talk about? I can't take that one serious because his hair blows in the wind. He's just so serious and he's gonna take down crime. I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. I watched all of the Making a Band seasons. See, I didn't. They lost me at Danity Kane, and I seen like when I watched Making the Band, it was irritating. It was just the one with those. I can't even remember their names and Chopper and all them. It just everybody was always fighting. He had them doing all this extra stuff. It was just like what if now that we fast forward back then, everything makes sense. It was just because Dave Chappelle made fun of it, talking about give me a sugar cookie and some Cambodian breast milk. He made it pop, honestly, in my opinion, because I was just like, this nigga's just doing a lot. It was like hazing. I didn't like it. I do remember Sweetie Pies, but after that shit with the anyway. Pee Wee's Playhouse was cool. Um Not an Annabelle tour. Pippi Longstocking was good. No, yeah, six. I was watching Backyardigans, most definitely. I know all the songs. That what's that song? That garbage funk. My son Dorian, oh my God, he loved Backyardigans so much. And then my second oldest son loved him some Yo Gabba Gabba. So yeah, all of that, all of that. As a matter of fact, for Halloween, Dorian was Plex and Donovan was DJ Lance Rock. The pictures I got them, they're so cute, so adorable. But yeah, I definitely was watching Backyardigans because that was the only thing that I can get my son to shut up with. I didn't watch Bananas in Pajamas, but I was making fun of people and telling them that they look like them. Alf was good. Alf was funny. You know what I didn't really like? I couldn't get into Bigfoot. Like, it was like one or two episodes of Bigfoot that I would watch, but it was a little dry for me. Y'all already know about dinosaurs. I mean, we got the nigga on live talking about another nigga every day. Still alive and kicking. Everybody Hates Chris is a good show. My husband had me watching that. Um, she said I forgot about Making the Band. Yeah, that he was a little out of control. Diddy was just, I knew something was wrong with this ninja when he was like, every Friday, I like to order me some balloons. So when I come downstairs, I see the balloons. And when I go downstairs and I look, the balloons better be there. And I just be like, what? When he said you every week do something to treat yourself, I was like, oh, this nigga just saying stuff. No, I'm cool. Married with Children was good. I don't think I've heard of The Island. Um, the movie. Let me see, and that's what basically we was talking about. The movie. Have y'all heard of this movie called Harriet the Spy with Michelle Trachtenberg? She just kind of transitioned, like I believe it was this year. She passed away a couple of months ago. Um, I used to love that movie, but as I got older, I was like, man, fuck them people. Because how you gonna get mad at me? Because I wrote a personal diary and you in my privacy because I'm saying my thoughts. Like, I can't say because you talking about you a scientist and you keep tearing shit up, I'm gonna, talk about a little trash. I don't know. I just, now that I'm older, I'm like, that was just all in her business. And then when she said what she needed to say, and she clapped back from them bullying her for them finding the diary from the girl bullying her and the other girl bullying her, then she clapped back and everybody was getting upset because she was doing all the stuff back to them, and then she got in trouble. I don't know. She had to apologize to everybody. I thought it was stupid. Was that Harry? Listen, the man, Harry Henderson's, the man name was Bigfoot, okay? And I did not watch it like that. His face was crazy. My husband just brought up Seabury and Jamal. He watched that show. I could not tell you. You know what? I was upset that I found out the real world was scripted. That was the beginning of the end, child. Goonies. I did not watch Goonies. I seen clips of it. I watched At the Sandlot. My brother really was like into the Sandlot, but I watched At It. I watched The Lost Boys. Yeah, I seen Harry and the Hendersons. I didn't really. I liked Alf better, but Alf was kind of grown. iCarly, I did watch because um I was a caregiver for some older people who had mental disabilities, and she would love, like, every day she had her chores that she had to do, and then she would watch iCarly, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Alf was grown. Flavor of Love was a waste of time. I Love New York was an even more waste of time. Rock of Love, I didn't even watch it because when I seen what they tried to do, I was like, that's a hard pass. Don't even know what Daisy of Love is. Real Chance of Love, I did watch that a little bit. Um, I Love Money, I I lost the plot. For the Love of Ray J, that shit was crazy too. They're all on Tubi. See, I don't even know about that. That's where you lost me. I've seen At It, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you what that was. Love New York was just theatric. Shit, the Adams Family was good though. The Family had a good run. The Adams Family had a good run. Um, I like the Adams Family. I watched The Monsters. Monsters was good. Um, so do you guys like watch like older, like classy black and white movies? Because there was this movie that I liked. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane was a good movie. The Nanny was a good movie. Um, How to Marry a Millionaire. And well, I don't think How to Marry a Millionaire was in black and white. Marilyn Monroe was in a lot of movies. Like I know she was the shit back then, but I just did not realize how many movies she was in. I seen Nanny McPhee. Have y'all seen the original Carmen? Not that bullshit Beyonce. I don't care what the Beehive says. Beyonce can do everything but act. I have not seen Beyonce just really put everything into her acting. And I noticed the Beehive don't talk about her acting. They always bring up her music. Oh yeah, Shirley Temple movies were really good. I liked all like there was like I don't even think there was a show that I did not watch with Shirley Temple. I've seen Liar Liar. I've watched all the Ace Venturas. That shit was hilarious. I'm just saying, Kayla. I'm just saying. Did you hear about the story my husband told me? He said that they did try to do something to her allegedly, right? So she said her mom and they separated her and her mom like in real life. This wasn't even on the show. They separated her and her mom. This is the story she told. The mom went to one room and she went to another. She had an older guy with her. The mom had a dude with her. So she said that the guy pulled his pants down in front of her as a kid, right? And she just started laughing because she didn't know what it was. And I think he got embarrassed or whatever. And he pulled his pants up and told her to get out. And then, but the mom took a little longer to come out that room because the mom got that deal made. Okay, that's the story Shirley Temple told. And if you really want to be honest, Puff Daddy is the low level of everything that's going on. Like the Clive Davises and the Epsteins and the Islands, those are the heavy hitters with the politicians mixed with the celebrities. It's it get freaky up top. I'm telling you. Yes, I've seen Joanna Man. I heard that. You know who others like that I saw that was tragic? The witch who played the evil witch on The Wizard of Oz. And the crazy part about her life, I mean, she got caught on fire. She almost died doing the film of The Wizard of Oz. It was really tragic for her. And then they kind of demonized her in a way. And children hated her because of the play, the part she played in the movie, and she wanted to quit. She almost died. And the kids did not like her because of that movie, and she loved children. That was a tragic shit. That it was just you look at old Hollywood stories, everything is kind of the same. Holly weird. Listen, they all got a part in that. I don't care what nobody say. They all got that tied into that celebrity stuff. All of that stuff is tied into that stuff. Like no, I just don't see any innocent parties. Everybody knows something. Nobody's talking. A little stuff here is leaked here and there, but nobody says anything. But would anybody really care? There's a man who it can't even come to the U.S. because he didn't expose the government for spying on us and recording our calls, and he was telling all our business. Now he in Russia, and he can't come back to the U.S. Like so, it's a lot. They're doing a lot of stuff, and we gonna put our koofy hats on, and that's the topic then. But I'm telling you, Hollywood and the politicians are tied together, and it showed it even more, in my opinion, during Kamala Harris's campaign because you've seen celebrities more than you would usually do. Like the Democrats used to do it a lot, but now it's just like even more, and you're just like, hmm. And you see them hanging out, and you see them all on the Epstein list, and you see them all there, and I'm like, hmm. I feel like yeah, it's all tied together. I feel like a lot of those children coming up have been played with. I feel like they've been kind of in a way sacrificed by their parents for stardom because it's just I don't know. It's just something. Something's off. Something's off. Like, cause what do you? Is it the rugs with the D in front that a lot of these celebrities are losing their mind? Is that really what it is, or is it something else? Or is that what they try to hide behind? Like, what is all of that? A lot of no celebrity gets out clean. Rarely. There's a lot of them. Well, let me take that back. I know a celebrity who got out scot-free clean. Hugh Hefner. He got out clean, honey. Because if Hugh Hefner would have just lived a couple of extra years longer, I don't know. Nigga had tunnels and shit. I'm just saying. Yeah, and people be talking about it like y'all. If y'all go down that Justin Bieber rabbit hole, it's sad how it wasn't just men being weird; it was women being weird too. I'm telling you, Hugh Hefner was just a one of many. It went from Hugh Hefner to Diddy to not to Diddy, but Diddy did it too. And then somebody was saying something about Jamie Foxx parties. I don't know. And then Epstein. And then they're trying. He miraculously unalived himself after he said he wasn't, on that type of time. So it's just it's a lot going on with Hollywood, y'all. Yeah, and then there's a lot of people. If you go down that rabbit hole, there's a lot of people that said that their child will go to the bathroom and they had this secret thing where they took the child and they didn't bring it back and the child's been missing and they have articles about it. Y'all, I could be here all day. I seen John Q. John Q was very sad. That was the one where he was trying to save his son's life and he ended up going and all that stuff. Crazy word. Fighting Temptations was cool. That's when Chloe stepped on the scene. But if you look at a lot of these celebrities, we was watching Goosebumps last night, as a matter of fact. We were watching Say Cheese, that episode. And then I seen Ryan Gosling and I said, damn, these actors been here since they was kids. A lot of these actors, actresses, and singers and rappers have been around for a long time. Like, there was some time I seen somebody old ass rap video and J. Cole was in it. Like, there's some people, they've been around for a long time and it just makes you wonder. Yep. Girl, I don't like tragedies. I can't get with the tragic shit too much. I just be like, damn, ain't nobody gonna win in this movie. I don't want to watch this. Okay, so I cannot watch where I'm at in my life anymore. I cannot watch Bad Girls Club. When I was young, I thought that was like, oh yeah, whatever, get your thing, do your thing, da 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 da. I would watch waiting for fights. But now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, this is some really trifling hood booger shit. I'm like, really? Like, and it just, I don't know. I think a lot of those girls who went to that show, including Natalie Nunn, was trying to find reasons to be so important so bad that they would just try to fight anyway. That one chick who beat Natalie Nunn, you never even heard. I don't even know what happened to her. Portia, I think that was her name. We ain't heard from her again. So, no, I don't watch baddies. I don't think I've ever watched the Hughleys. Yeah, I can't. They be hurting themselves. A lot of them girls just, I can't watch that stuff. I can't watch it. I just, it's, to me, it's brain rot. And when I was younger, a lot of that stuff made sense. But then as I got older, I'm like, this shit don't make no sense at all. But y'all, it's been fun. I'm about to get up off of here so I can get some practicing in. I enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all for all your opinions as far as Love and Basketball and all the other good movies. I need y'all though to find some movies that we can have these type of discussions with. Okay, because I don't believe Q was no damn narcissist. I believe he wasn't attracted to her. Then he got attracted to her because she started dressing feminine. She turned into what she didn't want to turn to, which was a part of her mom. She had to tap into her femininity to attract a man because what and I just think it was just from there, and she may have not been considerate. That's just my analysis on that. I don't know what the hell this lady is talking about. If you are in this type of time, please go heal or just at least learn how to explain it better. I love y'all. I'm out.
We in a no